My friend, let me ask you a question. Have you ever looked at someone and thought you knew their story? Perhaps you judged their actions, their choices, or even their appearance, thinking, I would never do that. It's easy, isn't it? To pass judgment without a second thought. But let me share something I've learned on my journey. When you judge someone, you are not seeing them asterisk. You are seeing only a fragment of their story, like a single page of a book. And often, the story behind that page is one you cannot even imagine. Today, I want to share a lesson that could change the way you see others, and yourself. Many years ago, while traveling through a small village, I met a woman who was often gossiped about by her neighbors. They called her selfish and cold because she rarely spoke to anyone and kept to herself. One day, I decided to sit beside her under a large tree. At first, she was quiet, guarded. But as we talked, her story began to unfold. She had lost her family to illness and was carrying the weight of grief that no one could see. Her silence was not coldness, it was her way of coping. Her distance was not arrogance, it was her way of protecting herself. That day, I learned a valuable lesson. Judgment is a wall we build to separate ourselves from understanding. But when we choose to listen, we tear down that wall and see the humanity we all share. My friend, every person you meet is fighting battles you cannot see. The person who seems rude may be carrying the weight of exhaustion. The person who seems distant may be lost in their own fears. And the person who makes mistakes may be doing the best they can with the knowledge they have. Before you judge someone, pause. Ask yourself, do I truly know their story? More often than not, the answer is no. And in that pause, you create space for empathy, understanding, and connection. You see, judging others is often a reflection of our own insecurities. When we judge, we are projecting our fears, our biases, and sometimes even our own unmet expectations. But when we replace judgment with curiosity, we open the door to growth, not just for others, but for ourselves. I want to share 3 lessons that can guide you in overcoming judgment. 1. See beyond the surface. Remind yourself that what you see is only part of the story. Everyone has a past, a struggle, and a journey that shapes who they are. 2. Practice compassion. Instead of assuming the worst, ask yourself, what might this person be going through? Compassion is a bridge that connects hearts and fosters understanding. 3. Reflect on yourself. When you feel the urge to judge, turn inward. Ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Often, the judgment we pass on others is a mirror of something unresolved within us. Now, let me give you something simple to try. The next time you feel tempted to judge someone, pause and take a deep breath. Instead of thinking, why are they like this? Ask yourself, what might they be going through? If possible, engage with them. Ask them how they're doing. Listen without interrupting. You may find that what you assumed about them was far from the truth. And remember, kindness costs nothing but can change everything. A single kind word or gesture can lighten a burden you never even knew existed. My friend, the world is full of stories waiting to be understood. By choosing to replace judgment with understanding, you not only transform how you see others, you transform how you see yourself. If this message resonates with you, share it with someone who might need this reminder. And if you wish to continue this journey of self-reflection and growth, subscribe to this channel. Together, we can build a community that values empathy, mindfulness, and the beauty of human connection. Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, before you judge someone, take a moment to truly see them. You might be surprised by the beauty you find.